Even when we talk of advising ourselves,
I'm asking that the negotiations have started, and I'm asking that are you suggesting that no progress at all is being made?
If I can hear you well, I'm saying that we are negotiating with the fair wages for conditions of service, and we are satisfied with the conditions of service and negotiations so far. But one issue that we have not been able to resolve is the issue of market premium, which they've not offered us opportunity to engage them in discussion on the subject at all. And that is what we are not satisfied about.
Okay, that's where you are, issue of market premium. So what is it about the market premium that perhaps you and your employer are unable to agree or come to a conclusion?
It is a package that was introduced by the government to tertiary education institution teachers some few years ago. And the rationale behind was to retain and then motivate and retain members whose skills were deemed very critical. Because remember, around that time, Ghana was losing the finest lecturers in the country to, countries like Nigeria and what have you. So it was introduced so that at least we'll be able to retain the finest of the teachers. And that was for the tertiary teachers. So the colleges haven't come thus far. We feel that it should be extended with, because if we do not do that, it amounts to discrimination and marginalization, which the Constitution of Ghana, do not accept.
See, I'm grateful, Prince, for your time this afternoon. He is with the National Secretary, Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, Prince Obinghima there talking to me. We'll very soon go to the Eastern region where the 23rd National Best Teachers Day is being marked there. We're told that some 52 teachers, including volunteers and national service persons, and 33 best schools are expected to be honored at the ceremony. If you remember, the Deputy Education Minister yesterday said that the best teacher is expected to have a 1-year scholarship and leave with pay, and that teacher would get the option to either decide to stay in Ghana for upgrade of his or her education or choose a country of his or her choice. The theme for this year is teaching in freedom, empowering teachers. Our correspondent in the Eastern region, Yvonne Ikwe, has just joined me on phone. Yvonne, good afternoon. We're told that the ceremony started long ago. The Vice President is the guest of honor there. Do we know who the best teacher is at the moment? Yvonne Ikwe is our correspondent there in Kofodia in the Eastern region. 23rd National Best Teachers Day being marked. Vice President is the guest of honor. We're told that 33 best schools will be honored, and 42 teachers are also expected to be awarded. It's on the theme teaching in freedom, empowering teachers. We'll get back to that story later on. But for now, October has been designated Breast Cancer Awareness Month to create awareness about the disease while ensuring women undertake regular checks and seek early interventions. This afternoon, we throw the spotlight on some statistics on the disease.
Breast cancer, a common cause of hospital admissions and death among Ghanaian women, has also been identified as the leading cause of cancer deaths in Ghana. Between 2003 and 2007, the radiotherapy unit of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital alone recorded an average of 207 cases. According to the WHO, an estimated 2,000 Ghanaian women were diagnosed of the disease in 2012, claiming at least 1 out of 8 women. An estimated 1.7 million new cases of the disease is diagnosed annually, with 522,000 deaths recorded globally in 2012.
Well, some data or statistics on the disease breast cancer. Let's go back to the story on teachers. Yvonne Ikwe is back on the phone lines. Yvonne, good afternoon, and grateful for your time with us. Let's begin from here. Do we know who the best teacher is as of now? We're yet to properly establish the link to Koforidua in the eastern region. Yvonne is there, and we will certainly get you who the best teacher is. I told you earlier that some 33 schools and 52 teachers are expected to be awarded this year's celebration. The best teacher is expected to get a 1-year paid up leave. Let me once again check if Yvonne is back on the phone lines. Good afternoon, Yvonne.
Good afternoon, Bye.
Grateful now that you are there. Now, so let's start from here. Do we know who the best teacher is?
The best teacher hasn't been announced yet. What we are going through now is awards for the schools in the kindergarten level, primary and junior high school.
So which schools perhaps are getting the award?
Today's ceremony has the education minister in charge of tertiary education, that of his deputy representing government for the occasion. We're hoping that in the next few minutes, the national best teacher will be awarded first prize. Now, for their package, apart from what they'll be receiving typically, the awardees will also receive guest fund support to further their education.
I see. And we're also told that the Vice President is the guest of honor. Has he spoken, and what were some of the issues that he's raised?
The Vice President was expected, but as I speak to you, hasn't yet made it to the ceremony. In the very next few minutes, we'll be ending. And so you could say that he cannot make it to today's event.
All right, Yvonne, we'll come back to you in the course of the day for more details on that. 23rd National Best Teachers Award being held in Koforidua in the Eastern Region. There's more on 3news.com from Koforidua. Now, in other stories, TV3 investigations have revealed the clearing of canned fish which have gone bad from the Tema port. At least 24-footer containers full of the products with the brand name Asahi were cleared from the Tema port on Saturday, September 30.
Whilst scouting for news on Tuesday, October 3, a truck carrying 2 containers and which was stuck at an Atlandish area in Ofanko caught our attention. Some residents nearby who could not bear the stench emanating from the containers drew our attention to the development. One of the containers has already been emptied at the time we got to the scene, but goods in the second one were being transferred into another truck. Another truck carrying 2 20-footer containers was parked a few meters away. Here again, one container has been emptied, but the second was under lock. The drivers claimed they did not know the owner, adding a colleague driver, apparently the one driving the first truck, called them to assist convey the products from where his truck got stuck. The police came in to impound the trucks and took them together with the drivers to the Mile 7 District Police Station for further investigations. TV3 sources indicated the mackerel was cleared from the Tema port on Saturday, September 30. This revelation raised questions on how the product could have been cleared from the port and why the owner decided to keep product which, with all indications, had gone bad. What is more intriguing is the fact that the product had a 2018 expiry date embossed on them. As at news time, our sources indicated that the owner of the goods showed up on Wednesday but could not produce any bill of lading.
Now let's follow the president's trip to the upper part of this country, visiting 3 regions of the north. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has assured the people of Ghana that the resources and wealth of the nation will not find their way into his pockets, but will be used for the rapid development of the country. The president was speaking at a Deba at Bogatanga as part of the tour of the 3 regions of the north.
The Durbar of the chiefs and people of the Upper East region marked the beginning of a two-day tour of the president to the region. The paramount chief of the Bongo traditional area, Baba Salifu Alemenyarum, who is also the vice president of the House of Chiefs, commended government for the free SHS initiative and some poverty eradication programs in the region. He appealed to government to help revamp defunct factories in the region, including the Pualugu Tomato Factory, Zuarugu Meat Factory, and others as part of the One District, One Factory policy.
Your visit is an indication of a caring leader who has the welfare of all his people, including those at the fringes of the country, at heart.
President Akufo-Addo assured the people resources and wealth of the nation will not find their way into his pocket, but will be used for the rapid development of the country. On the Planting for Food and Job initiative, the president warned the law will deal with those engaged in fertilizer smuggling. The president assured the people effort is being made to accelerate the provision of electricity to the region.
The Upper East is the part of the country that has the least access to electricity. The lowest figure, 60%. So it's necessary that every effort is made to accelerate the provision of electricity to the Upper East. So this year, 2017 and 2018, a total of 660 communities in the Upper East are going to be connected to the national grid to expand electricity to all in the region.
President Akufo-Addo is expected to inspect some ongoing works at the Via Water Project, Tamne Irrigation Project, and the Bogatanga-Boko Road before wrapping up his tour of the region.
Now to the Eastern region. The police have arrested a 33-year-old man at Kwesi-Nyakon for impersonation and fraud. The suspect was apprehended for defrauding 10 people to the tune of 19,400 cedis.
Anthony Nanawiafe was arrested at his hideout at Kwesi-Nyakon. According to the police, he collected money from the complainants, promising to recruit them into either the police or the military. Some military accoutrements were retrieved after a search at his hideout. The police is asking the public, particularly victims, to assist them in further investigations and prosecution.
This is Midday Live. Residents of Asiedu-Dartey in the Asiedu-Dartey constituency want government to fulfill its campaign promise of improving infrastructure and social amenities in the area. The community, which lacks good road network, also drink from the stagnant Poyo stream there. We'll bring you the story later on. This is Midday Live. We're stepping on the brakes, but we'll come back. There is more. Stay with us if you can. Thanks so much for staying there. Now, traditional leaders at Aketechi Ahanta in the Ahanta West District of the Western Region have resolved to find a lasting solution to poverty in the community. At a Durbar to mark the annual celebration of the Kundum Festival, the leaders pledged to introduce technical and vocational training.
Aketechi Ahanta is a small community down the hills of Ahanta in the Western Region. Although a farming community, elders here have made education thousands of land for the construction of the Takrady Technical University.
Hey, boss.
We apologize for that. We'll bring back the story later on. The University of Cape Coast is to introduce a 4-year degree program in Chinese language by 2018-2019 to, amongst other things, prepare students for Chinese economic fortunes around the world, with China being a global hub for manufacturing and also having the largest manufacturing economy in the world. The study hopes to reduce graduate unemployment in Ghana.
Has over the years played a significant role in international trade and has increasingly engaged both governmental and non-governmental organizations around the world, including Ghana. It is the largest exporter of goods in the world and is known as the world's fastest growing consumer market. China takes pride in Confucius, a great philosopher who lived many years ago, and therefore celebrates him on every September 28, his birthday. This year's celebration at the University of Cape Coast brought together students of Chinese culture from the university community. Chinese language study centers and clubs have been set up in various tertiary and secondary institutions in the central and western regions since June 2016, when the Confucius headquarters in China granted UCC the permission to establish a Confucius Institute in the university. China director of the Confucius Institute, Professor Hu Lianchai, recounted the improvements of the study of Chinese culture in Ghana.
The registration of the students for different kinds of courses, including the language course and also the arts. So totally we have already had 1,700 students.
Ghana director of the Confucius Institute, Professor Ishmael Mensah, stressing on the importance of philosophy of Confucius to students, said Confucianism emphasizes on personal and governmental morality, correctness of social relationships, justice and sincerity. Already, the University of Cape Coast ran degree programs in Ghanaian languages, English language, French language, and liberal courses in Chinese and German cultures for fresh students. The director of the Confucius Institute Ghana, Professor Ishmael Mensah, hinted of the introduction of a full-time 4-year program in Chinese language.
At the moment, we've been able to pass through the faculty level, the Faculty of Arts, and now the document is going to be considered at the college level. We are hoping that within the next year or so, we should have started the program.
This move is in line with Sustainable Development Goal 17, which advocates for global partnership in achieving the goals. While some students shared their enthusiasm about the culture, tutors also shared their profound experiences gained in the country.
你好，
你好，
你好吗？
我很好，你呢？
我也好。
Oh, your Chinese is very good.
你好吗？我也好，你呢？ are among the basic expressions easily picked in an attempt to study Chinese language.
This is Midday Live. We're stepping on the brakes again. When we come back, there is business up next. In business this afternoon, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority is proposing the introduction of a rural freight service to enable farmers in hinterlands preserve their produce for export. The chairman of the authority, Sandio Seajiman, gave the hint at the 77th National Exporters Forum in Accra.
Ghana's export has not grown as fast as imports, even after the discovery, production and export of crude oil in commercial quantities since 2007. To address the imbalance, the Ghana Exports Promotion Authority, GEPA, has developed a 4-year comprehensive work plan towards the development of identified key priority products.
To drive this initiative, GEPA has budgeted an amount of 4.2 million Ghana cedi to implement the activities of this project, with 13,500,000 US dollars in estimated projected earning over a period of 4 to 5 years.
Chairman of the authority, Sandio Seajiman, wants governments to promote rural exports.
Why can't they establish a rural freight services where you have plenty of trucks? Their job is to go to all the farm areas or wherever they produce, haul them, take them to where we can store them and ship them.
Deputy Trade Minister Carlos Ahinkra assured GEPA of government support and entreated the Exim Bank to approve letters of credit from exporters to push Ghana's exports.
We are today having Exim Bank taking over EDF and Exim Bank becoming a bank on its own. We are going to ask Exim Bank that any importer that is prepared to open an irrevocable confirmed letters of credit through Exim Bank for an export business, Exim Bank could count on that LC to finance this export for the person for us to move on.
The authority has been rebranded to facilitate export activities geared towards economic transformation. Participants at the forum included exporters and exports facilitation institutions.
The president of the Insurance Institute of Ghana, Asante Mamfo Ahinkra, wants players in the industry to take professionalism to a higher level. He said this will ensure the burden of public trust and confidence in the industry.
Ghana, with a population of about 27 million, has more than 50 insurance companies. However, insurance penetration remains relatively low at about 2%. According to stakeholders, the low patronage of insurance is mainly due to low level of insurance literacy in the country, as well as the lack of trust and inadequacy of financial resources. To help correct the anomaly, the Insurance Institute of Ghana organized an educational conference on a theme promoting public trust through professionalism.
We have a duty of care to our customers to deliver what we have promised. We should play by the book. If we issue a policy, and let's go strictly by the terms of the policy we have issued. If there are claims to be paid, let's make sure we pay them to the letter and pay them promptly. That way, we will get people realizing that insurance is good.
Insurance consultant Dr. Albert Gamega underscored the need to give more training to insurance agents to project the image of the industry.
Invest more in training of those who go out to meet the clients and then insist that they do the right thing. And secondly, when such issues arise, there should be severe punishment for those who deviate.
Deputy Commissioner of the National Insurance Commission, Michael Andor, enumerated measures the Commission is undertaking to promote high professionalism in the industry.
Now we have published our claim management guidelines, which guides insurance companies as to how to process claims, how to treat claimants who are applying to make their claims. We have the no premium, no cover guidelines to guide insurance companies as to how to go about selling the insurance.
According to analysts, Ghana has the highest potential for growth in insurance premiums and at least in terms of risk in sub-Sahara Africa, which points to a sector with a lot of potential yet to be exploited.
Now let's head to Togo, where tens of thousands of opposition supporters have marched in the capital, Lomé, in what they call the next phase of their campaign to force out President for Gnassingbé. There was a big numbers in protest in the second largest city of Sokoto and the northern town of Bafilo, where youth blockaded a major highway connecting the north and south of the country. Organizers had billed today's march as a final warning to the regime. More rallies are expected on Thursday, described by organizers as a march of anger. The main opposition leader, Jean-Pierre Fabre, said that they were going to maintain pressure on the government. Protesters carried placards demanding the restoration of the 1992 constitution, which limited the number of presidential terms to 2. Mr. Gnassingbé is serving his third term in office. He succeeded his father, meaning the same family has ruled Togo for 50 years. Now let's go to Togo and speak to journalist there. Silvio Kombe is right there in Lomé, the capital. Silvio, good afternoon. And how exactly are the protesters doing at the moment?
Hello. Yeah. Hey, Silvio. Hello.
Silvio Kombe is a Togolese journalist. Silvio, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Great. I'm grateful. Now, first of all, tell me, there were moves by government to at least listen to the protesters and to have the term limit back to 2. What is the situation from the government side? We've lost Silvio Kombe there, the Togolese journalist there. We're told that the protesters are in Sokode and another city there. We're told that these protesters are demanding that the government return to the 1992 constitution. We're also told of big numbers of protesters in the second largest city of Sokode and the northern town of Bafilo, where the youth blockaded a major highway connecting the north and south of the country. Organizers had billed today's march as a final warning to the regime. More rallies are expected on Thursday. That has been described by organizers as a march of anger. We'll get back to the Togolese journalists there, but let's now do entertainment.
Is brought to you by
the Musicians Union of Ghana has been going round and fraternizing with media houses, and they called on management of TV3.
The Musicians Union of Ghana, Musica, said its mission was to dialogue and create a rapport between the union and Media General. President of the union, Bice Osei Kufuor, popularly known as Obo, stressed that the union had lots of plans through which collaborations can be effected to collectively push Ghana music higher.
We're looking at a partnership that can run over the years. The work that Musica does and the work that music does is music informs, music educates, and music entertains. And that's why we even do music. And it's probably the same thing that the media is also doing. So we feel that two bodies can work together to push a similar agenda so that we can all contribute our quota to the development agenda of this country, Ghana.
The Chief Executive Officer of Media General, Pearl Isiu-Mensah, said the brand is committed to staying on top with the best of entertainment, under which music is a major component. She said the Media General Group is open to work with the various sectors of arts and entertainment to push the Ghanaian agenda through, but would not renege on its quality standards.
We set ourselves the task of promoting local content, and as part of the Media General Group of companies, we have a production company. So it's not just about music, but also about film and theater and documentaries, anything Ghanaian. These are ideas that the team would, I'm sure, work on with you and then come back with some solutions.
Group Head of Entertainment at Media General, Kenneth Addo, acknowledged that the plans Musica had on its table were in line with that of Media General's vision for the arts and entertainment industry.
Right, and right on the mountains, Rudra Festival is on. Over the weekend, Mampong Kwapim came alive as TV3 and Onuya 95.1 FM organized a street carnival to climax this year's Ohum Ojura Festival there. There were hundreds of patrons, and Kwakese was the hit maker there.
The Ojura Festival is celebrated by the people of Ekropon Ekuapim, Ebri, Mamfe and adjoining communities. The chiefs and people of Mampon Ekuapim, however, celebrate Ohum Ojura in September each year. TV3 and Onuya 95.1 FM organized a street carnival in Mampon to climax the celebration. The show served as a platform to showcase up-and-coming music talent from Mampong. The Accra-based rappers were not left out. Performances from Awal Mohammed, Rich Rhymes and Manuel Mizi spiced up the carnival. Headline act Kwalkesi treated the crowd to an impressive list of hit songs. Carried away by his show, the crowd couldn't help but ask Kwao to perform encore. The thrilling carnival couldn't have been complete without a special one-corner dance contest. The TV3 Onuya FM Carnival train stops next at Ekropon on October 6 and 7 as the chiefs and people climax their Udra festival.
And of course, the festival is on this weekend at Ekropon, and it promises to be more and more exciting. You got to join us. That's how we're wrapping up the show for now. There is more news on 3FM. My name is Bright, and have a good afternoon and stay right here on TV3.